What was the last one?
Ibis.
Ibis.
Fingers crossed.
I know. Anything?
A glowing ibis appears in the door's third circle. And then... nothing happens.
Oh.
Well, you've tried your way. Now it's Thorvar's turn. I'm gonna open the doors.
Strength athletics check.
Could have sworn that was
Athletics?
it. The stars
my
thing,
jam.
I mean.
I don't know. 22,
You're not
baby.
necessarily wrong.
You shove
Yeah, it
and
could be just a
shove
matter
and
of what
shove.
date.
Your feet,
Is
however,
there-
keep
is there a
sliding in the
holiday that we're
sand,
missing?
making
Maybe I
it
didn't
impossible
roll
to
high
hold
enough
your
on my
ground
check.
against these
You
massive
rolled a
doors.
21. That should be plenty
22.
high.
Unless it's
22.
not
Fine.
holiday.
Taking on my axe.
What do you mean?
The stone door, don't forget.
Thorvar doesn't care. Let's see. It's 9.
The sound of steel against stone rings through the chamber as Thorvar slams his axe again and again against the stone doors. Sparks fly, your axe dents. The doors don't seem to know.
Neither does Thorvar, I don't think. He just keeps hitting it. I'll give. Any minute now.
What are the stars like today?
Like right now,
Like right now.
intelligence nature checks.
Ooh, intelligence.
Our ancient enemy.
Actually, I would say you could roll wisdom survival. Same as before, yeah.
That's better for me.
Much better for Bashar.
Oh, 9 roads too.
How's that door going?
Pretty
Yeah,
good,
that's
actually. That's an 18.
Bashar gets a 22.
a little better.
No progress on that door. Bashara and Thorvek, conferring together, can collaborate on what today's stars would be. Hippo, cat, crocodile.
Hippo.
A hippo-shaped glyph appears.
Cat.
A cat-shaped glyph appears.
Crocodile. Oh, not yet. Yeah, crocodile.
A crocodile glyph appears. There's a moment of silence.
Bang. Bang. Bang.
Interrupted by
Bang.
Thorvar's axe. Before something rumbles under your feet. There's a mechanical whirring as gears, rusted with age, click into place and start turning. Whatever was clasping the doors shut unclasps, and they sort of buckle a little on their hinges from the released tension.
Thorvar's gonna keep it. 18.
At this point, actually, because the doors are slightly ajar, yes, your axe blows do seem to be inching them open ever so slightly.
It's working! I told you, fuckers!
Nice work.
Hey, man. It was your idea in the first place.
Bashar will move forward to walk towards the doorway.
Yeah, I follow.
Me too.
Yeah, the doors loom before you. You sort of pass Thorvar on your way, still slapping the stone with his axe.
What? No, thank you, Thorvar. No, you're so strong, Thorvar. Why don't you tell me about the time you fucked a princess, Thorvar?
Bashar just goes right past him to the doorway.
9 rods like gives him a look.
I'll go up to you, pat you on the back, and be all, wow, Thorvar, where would we be without you?
This guy gets it.
The massive doors are slightly ajar, but I'll still need a strength athletics to push them open.
Only 10.
Not quite enough. They budge a little bit, but they don't fully open. You think, based on your check, that you might need more than one person to push the doors open?
Stand back, everyone. This is a 7.
You see Thorvar put on a big show, but of course, they don't manage to push the doors any further open.
I kind of wish I hadn't burned both my rages right now.
Of course. Anyone else?
Mine's a 15.
That's a 17.
Great. Working together, all 4 of you can slowly push one of these massive doors open. Ugh. You stand there a moment, panting a little bit, as you consider the chamber beyond. Past that great stone threshold, it is utterly dark. What you can tell is that the chamber is vast, Incredibly so. You think 5 or 10 times the size of any chamber that you've entered thus far.
Does anyone have torch or light?
Yes, I do have that, but you have to cast it on an object, right?
The holy symbol is traditional.
Yeah, that works. So you see the snowflake necklace around Thorbeck's neck starts to like shine outward, and then everyone can see.
Your estimation was correct. You were standing at the entrance of an absolutely enormous chamber. Instead of the rough sandstone, here the floor is a pristine marble. The room's dimensions remain mysterious as your light doesn't reach far enough to reveal the ceiling or the enclosing walls. A staircase switches back and forth down to the chamber's floor, some 30 feet below you. What do you do?
Well, we descend the staircase.
Same marching order as before?
Yeah.
Each of your footsteps echoes tremendously in this chamber. Again, the light can't give you specific dimensions, but your best guess would be hundreds of feet wide, at least. Bigger than every other room of this dungeon combined.
Jesus.
It should be noted, we went through this doorway without any consideration of what might be on the other side.
I guess, but there's just a door there. You gotta have to go through.
My thoughts exactly.
You arrive at the bottom of the staircase. You are now standing on the chamber's main floor. Wisdom perception checks.
Oh, wow. Actually, it's pretty good.
I rolled a 1.
18.
Yeah, 21.
That means I fail no matter what, right?
Thorvar, you can see about 40 feet ahead of you. The chamber's marble floor gives way to black sand. But it's completely level. No dunes, no waves, not a grain out of place. 9 roads. You can see that the design on the marble under your feet is a repeating series of constellations. Constellations you recognize from the door puzzle. Hippo, cat, crocodile.
Anyone
I
else
don't
getting
see anybody
really
or anything,
creepy
even
vibe
with my
here?
18.
I think it's
Even
too
with
late
your
for
18.
stealth.
Hello! Does anybody want to fucking fight me?
Yeah, I do think it's too late.
When Thorvar screams,
Oh, seriously?
you feel a rumbling under your feet, like a minor earthquake coming from the center of the chamber.
For literally no reason.
Hey, something's happening now, right?
The chamber is suddenly illuminated as fire springs from a trench that runs the complete circumference of the room, revealing its true dimensions. Your previous estimate was way off. The chamber's at least 1,000 feet wide. It's dominated by a vast circle of black sand, undisturbed by the quaking. Until something disturbs the sand. Something rises up to the surface from deep beneath the sand. Something massive. Something hundreds of feet long. Have you guys ever seen a hippo surface from a river? Where just the nostrils, the head, and the ears emerge above the waterline? Well, it looks exactly like that, except the water is black sand, and the hippo's head is the size of a city block.
It's literally a hippo?
Yep. The first thing that you see looming before you is a nostril the size of a caravan wagon.
God. Oh, God.
You're so fucked.
We're so fucked.
Black sand goes pooling off its cracked and leathery hide. The nostril exhales, the sheer force of the wind nearly bowling the 4 of you over.
Bashara runs back to the stairs. I'm out, done. Do you need me to roll something to leave right now?
As the quaking intensifies, I'll need strength saving throws from each one of you.
It's an 11.
18. Not bad.
5, unless I'm rolling this wrong?
The floor is constantly pitching you this way and that, making it impossible to run anywhere for the time being. Only stout Thorvar keeps his feet.
No, I'm not running anywhere either. Axe out, screaming at it. Ah! God, what I wouldn't fuck for another rage right
As
now.
the quaking intensifies, one of the creature's limbs shoots from the black sand and looms above the party like a tower. A massive paw, covered in yellow spotted fur, tipped with 5 20-foot claws.
20 feet?
The paw lingers in the air a moment, and then swings down towards the floor, right where the party is clustered. Dexterity saves.
Wait, it's attacking us? We can't fucking fight this thing.
Why not? Why else is it here?
Because we're 2nd level, and it's Godzilla.
Cthulhu in power armor.
Well, what do we do? Run?
You make dexterity saves.
Fucking course we run.
Oh, thank Christ, that's a 23.
Mine's 19. Very lucky.
To 17, assuming I'm doing the thing right.
Thorvar?
Thorvar's not dodging. He's gonna stand there and he's gonna hit it.
Oh my god, you're crazy, dude.
No, he's dead, is what he is.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack, but also still roll that dexterity save just to see whether or not the paw hits you.
Gotcha. The dex save with advantage, because of danger sense, is 16. More importantly, the attack roll. 18.
Roll damage and I'll describe.
Ah! Max damage is 15. It's dead, right?
The paw lingers in the air a moment, and then comes down to the floor with a titanic crash. The 3 of you see this coming and manage to scramble out of the way. Thorvar, you succeeded on your save, but you didn't run. So I'm gonna rule that you take half damage and that the claws came down on either side of you. The impact of that paw against the floor explodes it into rubble. You lash out with your axe, Thorvar. It embeds in the creature's leopard-like paw, and then you are thrown, battered by rubble, 15 feet through the air. You take 29 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the floor.
So down. Crazy down. I had 10 hit points
Is
though.
he dead?
What's your hit point maximum?
21?
Then no, not dead. Very nearly dead because of massive damage, but still alive. Super unconscious, but alive.
Then scrape him off the floor and let's go.
Bad news, friends. When that paw came down, the creature's claws tore straight through the staircase. There's nothing but a cloud of dust, a heap of rubble, and the creature's gargantuan paw where once the staircase stood.
So we're trapped.
This room is huge. There has to be another exit.
Thorvar, roll me a death save, please.
Of course. Just a d20, right? Nope, that's a 2.
1 failure. 2 more failures, and Thorvar bleeds out.
Oh. Fine. Bashara approaches Thorvar and casts her last 1st level spell. Cure Wounds. You regain 6 hit points.
Thorvar sputters away.
Against my better judgment.
Thorvar's all bloody, right? Broken nose, missing teeth. Fellas, I think we better run.
Perception to find another exit is 12.
Sure. Following the edges of the chamber with your eyes, you notice 2 small stone doorways. One leading east from the chamber, the other west.
Which one's nearest?
At this point, they're about equidistant.
Of course they are. East?
Yeah,
Whatever.
Sure.
I was gonna say west.
Of course you were. 9 Roads starts running to the eastern exit.
And everybody else follows?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the monster doing?
Great question. With its head and 1 paw surface, the monster throws another paw into the air and slams it into the ground. Once again, the whole chamber quakes, and the party, as they run, has an awkward moment of stumbling. This done, the creature yawns open its colossal jaws, revealing teeth as tall as towers, and it roars. The sound it makes. The earth trembles, your bones harrow. It deadens all other noises. Your feet against the marble, the heart in your chest. You see stones and sand start to tumble down from the ceiling. The creature's roar alone is beginning to collapse the chamber.
Rocks fall.
Everyone dies.
I mean, what even is this thing? Like, is this the head of a hippo Leopard paws. Is this like a known monster? Is this something that I'm not familiar with, or?
Not really, no. I mean, it's similar to a Tarrasque superficially, which is like the kaiju of this game, but
Having seen
this
the thing,
is...
Thorbeck?
You could roll a religion check to try to identify it.
All right, religion. Yeah, I got that. Boom, 21.
That word comes back to you. Ammut-hotep. Eater of kingdoms. The profane beast of Chem. Chemish legends speak of an avenging monster sent by the gods to punish the people for their dark and decadent ways. It was Ammut-hotep who crushed the empire underfoot. It was Ammut-hotep who ran rampant across the fertile fields of Chem and sowed nothing but rubble and sand in its wake. It was Ammut-hotep who disappeared the day the pharaohs fell.
Head of a hippo, claws of a leopard, tail of a crocodile.
Hippo, cat, crocodile.
The party is running across the marble floor, making for the eastern exit when Ammut-hotep pulls itself from the black sand. Meanwhile, the chamber is continuing to collapse.
Whole sheets of rock uncouple from the ceiling and crack the rubble where they crash. In their wake come torrents of sand as the desert above drains into the dungeon below. By the time the party reaches the eastern exit, it has pulled itself completely from the pit, and you can see the whole monster in its splendor and terror and unimaginable size.
Its crocodile tail is revealed, green and scaled and hundreds of feet long, swinging like a battering ram that could level a city. Its leopard claws rend the chamber floor, shredding the marble like paper.
Its hippopotamus head snorts black sand from its nostrils and flicks its massive ears about. As you linger in the doorway, dread clutching at your heart, the beast turns and seems to regard you. And it gives chase.